What's up guys, welcome back to another video. So today I want to talk all about field research. I have made a video about research in the past, but I want to go deep diving into field research because there's a lot of things that people don't know about field research and some tips and tricks you can do for field research. So today we're talking about that. Timestamps below as always, let's hop right into it. So first of all, what is field research? So field research are pretty much just little quests you can get when spinning Pokestops in which you can complete them for rewards such as encounters with Pokemon, items, etc, etc. You can find field research by clicking on the little research icon, and in the tab here, it's gonna say field, and then there's gonna be 3 slots for your field research, and at the top is gonna be your stacked tasks, but we can talk about stacked tasks in a bit. You might not have that there if you don't have any stacked tasks. You can pretty much hold 3 field research tasks at a time. As you can see, I have one that says hatch 2 eggs. My other 2 field research task spots are open. To get field research, all you wanna do is make sure you have at least 1 slot open here, and you're gonna wanna go ahead and spin a Pokestop. Spinning a Pokestop will get you a field research, and every day the field research task will change at a Pokestop. So at exactly midnight, if you were to get the hatch 2 eggs task from your local Pokestop that's near your house, at midnight the next day, you will not be getting the hatch 2 eggs task. Well, you could get it if it stayed the same, but most likely it will change to another task. So they change every day at midnight. And if I go ahead and spin that Pokestop and get the hatch 2 egg task, you can go ahead and delete it if you don't want it. But if you spin that same Pokestop, you will go ahead and get the exact same task. So the tasks are set per Pokestop, and you can't go ahead and change it. So whatever you get from that Pokestop is what you're gonna get for that whole day. My statement I just made is actually technically not entirely true, because there's a little trick you can do, a workaround to actually get a different research task from a Pokestop on the same day. Before I talk about that, you need to understand what AR mapping tasks are. Now, AR mapping tasks are a special type of field research in which you have to go ahead and scan a Pokestop, which you can see with the footage on screen right now, using your AR camera, and you will complete it and you will get an item. You can get AR mapping tasks by either spinning Pokestop or spinning gyms. So you can actually get AR mapping tasks at gyms, but you can't actually get regular field research tasks at gyms. You can only hold 1 AR mapping task at a time, and it actually doesn't count towards the 3 field research tasks you have in the slot. Now, the game usually wants you to have AR mapping tasks, so if you don't have an AR mapping task, the first time you spin a gym, you will pretty much get an AR mapping task. You can get AR mapping tasks from Pokestops, but they are pretty rare, and usually you get them from gyms. But what the game doesn't tell you is that if you spin a Pokestop with an AR mapping task or without an AR mapping task, you will get different field research tasks. So what I can do is go ahead and spin a Pokestop when I don't have an AR mapping task. If it's the task I want, I can keep it and complete it, and if it's not the task I want, I can go ahead, collect an AR mapping task from a gym, go back to the Pokestop, spin it again, and I will get a different task. So that's just a tip for you guys if you want to go ahead and grind out a specific field research task. Now, before I talk about what tasks are available and how to specifically grind a certain task for a certain Pokemon encounter or a certain reward, there's 2 more things I have to talk about. First of all, if you do complete a field research task that day, for example, if I can complete the hatch 2 eggs task, I got this field research task from a Pokestop in the morning. If I go back and spin that Pokestop, I won't get any new field research tasks. Pretty much each field research task at each Pokestop can only be completed once a day. So once I've pretty much completed the field research task that I got from a certain Pokestop, that Pokestop has been exhausted from field research tasks. Even if I spin that Pokestop a billion times for the rest of the day, I will no longer collect a field research task from that Pokestop, and I'll have to go elsewhere or to a different Pokestop to collect new field research tasks. One final thing I want to add about this topic is if you don't know if you've completed a field research task at a specific Pokestop, there will be a little research icon with a check mark in the top right corner when on the Pokestop menu. You can find out what Pokestops you actually have completed field research tasks for that day, so you can make sure you're not respinning those Pokestops in hope of getting a new field research task, because you won't get any since you've already completed the field research task at that Pokestop. Also, you can stack field research tasks, which is a very important mechanic to know. We talked about stacking a bit, but pretty much it's this box here at the top that says claim rewards is pretty much my stacked task. Stacked task is when you complete a field research task. For example, if I complete the hatch 2 eggs task and you get an encounter reward, you can tell it's an encounter reward because it'll have this little icon beside it. This pretty much means I will encounter a Pokemon, and when I encounter that Pokemon, if I don't actually catch that Pokemon, obviously most of you will probably catch that Pokemon. If you actually click the run button from the Pokemon, there's actually a fail-safe method, which is pretty much called stack task. Stack task will take any Pokemon you've run from in your field research task, and it'll put them in a long row of field research tasks in which you can claim them at a later date. You can have up to 100 of these Pokemon here, so I can pretty much do 100 field research tasks and actually run from all 100 of them, and they will be put into this stack tasks. Now, if I continue running from Pokemon after I have 100 Pokemon in my stack task, technically the first one you ever got will start getting deleted. So you don't want to ever really stack more than 100, but pretty much just think of it as 100 field research tasks back to back to back to back to back to back, in which you can go ahead and claim them and start catching them. When you catch the first one, you will get access to the second one. So if you stack a Pokemon and you have like 99 field research tasks and you accidentally run from it, it'll be put at the back of your stack. So you actually have to catch all the 99 Pokemon before you can re-encounter that Pokemon Pokemon you just ran. I hope that explains stack tasks for you guys. This is technically not a supported feature by Niantic, which was brought to my attention recently, but you can take advantage of stack tasks by stacking up Pokemon for when, you know, you leave the city or there's no Pokemon encounters and you have to do special tasks, or you just want to catch Pokemon. You can pretty much just carry 100 Pokemon encounters with you wherever you go, since these Pokemon can be encountered at any time. With that being said, the question probably arises of what field research tasks are currently going on. What decides what field research tasks you can get at Pokestops? I want to show you guys pretty much my biggest secret of where I go ahead and find all the field research tasks, and that is going to be the Silph Road. I'm going to link below this, but you're going to want to come to the silphroad.com and you're going to want to click on the tasks section. There's a little legend at the top which will show you what all the information means, but pretty much in here you can pretty much find all the field research tasks. You can choose to either see Pokemon encounters only, so the field research tasks that will give you Pokemon, or you can click all tasks. It'll also show you all the other rewards you can get from certain field research tasks like Stardust, berries, and Pokeballs, etc., etc. On the left, we'll show you event tasks. So these will be event exclusive field research tasks, which are actually circled by a little event thing, which means they are only going to be there for a certain event. It'll tell you what the task is and then what the encounter is, and if there's a little sparkly in the corner, it means that Pokemon actually can be shiny from that task. And then the rest of the tasks are pretty much ordered in what type of tasks they are. So we have buddy and friendship tasks, which have relating to like trading Pokemons, opening gifts, catching tasks, which relate to catching, throwing tasks, battling tasks, and miscellaneous tasks. So you can check out this website to go ahead and take a look at all the tasks. There's also the air mapping task down here, which will tell you what you can get from those air mapping tasks we talked about. So air mapping right now can get you 10 Pokeballs, 5 Great Balls, or a Poffin if you complete them. Air mapping tasks are actually an amazing way to grind Poffins, which are those items that will get your buddy instantly excited. So if you need Poffins, be sure to complete air mapping tasks. And finally, there are sponsored tasks, which you can only get at sponsored Pokestops, which are those Pokestops with the little sponsor icon at the bottom, and they will pretty much tell you what you can get from those tasks if you want to complete them. One thing too about this website is right now it's not showing you what the 100% IV, but if you come back to Pokemon encounters only, it actually gives you information about the IVs for each of the encounter. So it'll show you what CP, for example, here, this Dunsparce will be 100% IV. So 100% IV is 724, and the lowest IV is actually 67%, so 678. If you get a 724 CP Dunsparce from the Make 5 Nice Throws task, then you will go ahead and get 100% IV. That is 100% IV. Of course, you can just check it normally, but that's an option for you. Another amazing thing about field research task is it's a great way to get Mega Energy if you've never Mega Evolved a Pokemon and you don't want to do a Mega Raid. There are tasks like catch 10 Grass type Pokemon for 10 Venusaur Mega Energy, catch 10 Fire type Pokemon for Charizard Mega Energy, etc., etc. There's even use 10 super effective charge move attacks for 20 Mega Slowbro Energy, which is amazing since you only have to do 10 of these tasks and you will have the 200 Mega Energy to initially Mega Evolve a Mega Slowbro. Finally, when you do see catching tasks with different encounters, this pretty much means that there's a chance of getting each encounter. So you could get a Poliwhirl, you could get a Vulpix, you could get a Hippotas, or you could get a Snover from catching 5 Weather Boost Pokemon. It's all going to be based on your luck. Unfortunately, we don't have any stats about which one's the most common. I believe it's probably 25% all of them. Now on this website, it gives you pretty much the field research tasks for the month. If you don't know, once the month switches over, at midnight on the 1st of every month, field research tasks will get completely changed. Obviously, some of the field research tasks will change. Like for example, we've seen make 3 excellent throws in a row for a Gible a couple months in a row, but most of these field research tasks will go ahead and change. Now you can come back to Silph Road to check what the new field research tasks are, but unfortunately they don't have initial data, and this is all based on testing and research. So you'll have to wait probably until like, you know, the 2nd or the 3rd of the month until they actually update the website and have enough information to give you a complete list of all the field research tasks. But if you were ever curious about what field research tasks are during the month, then this is the place to come. Again, I will link this below. Now there are a couple final times that field research tasks actually can change at a specific Pokestop. So like I talked about before about how at midnight, all the field research tasks at specific Pokestops will change. There's another instance on when it will change, and this has to do with events. When events start in Pokemon Go, field research tasks at every single Pokestop in the world are changed randomly into another field research task to introduce the event field research task. For example, Fashion Week 2021 started on Tuesday, September 1st at 10 a.m. local time. It is actually based on local time, so you know, the field research task at 10 a.m. local time for me won't change the field research task in Singapore, but they will change all of them in my time zone. So for example, if I was spinning a Pokestop and it was giving me the battle in the Go Battle League task for Emerald at, you know, 9:59 on September 21st a.m., then at 10 a.m. those field research tasks will change, and it could change into any of these field research tasks, and it could even change into one of the new event tasks. That's just something to note, and same goes with the AR mapping tasks. This also goes for when the event ends. So on September 28th at 8 p.m. local time, any Pokestops that still have field research tasks that you haven't completed that day will go ahead and be completely changed. So you know, if there's an event and you don't really like the field research task, you can wait till it ends, and then you'll have a chance of getting the different field research tasks at a Pokestop. I just want to note that when events end and when events start, if you've completed completed a field research task at a Pokestop during that day already, it will not change into a new field research task, you know, when the event starts. Once you've completed a field research task for the rest of the day, no matter if event starts, event ends, there will no longer be field research tasks you can get from that Pokestop. With that being said, guys, that's pretty much all I have to say about field research tasks. My best strategy for field research tasks is to come onto the Silph Road. Go ahead, come onto Pokemon Encounters only, study up all the field research tasks here to find out which ones I want the most. And then when I'm out playing Pokemon Go, you know, and I see, you know, the make 3 excellent throws in a row, I know that's going to be a Gible encounter. I know I will keep that field research task. I will not delete it. I will complete it, get my encounter, and I can stack it if I'd like to catch it at a later date. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope it kind of cleared up some things about field research tasks, and I hope you maybe learned something new about field research tasks if, you know, you are a veteran player or if you're a new player, whatever you are. Comment below any other tips you have about field research tasks. We're going to see you guys in the next one. Follow for more tips, baby. Peace.